Hey, good afternoon, fellow gardeners. It's Brad. It's the early part of May, and just want to show you my property. Moved in this house in October after being in a tract home with really no yard, very little room to garden. Thought I'd come out here and buy this place. It was on 3 acres. I thought I'd have a better chance at gardening, but I was not prepared for some of the things that I didn't have in my old home, like trees. I have trees everywhere. On my 3 acres, I would say 85% of it is trees. And this is the main road here, up this way. I got a drop off here with lots of ferns. Got some hydrangea that I planted down below. It's really starting to take off. I'm really pleased with it. Got another one over here that's a little bit slower, but it's coming around. But as you can see, I got trees everywhere. The only area I can work with is right here in the front, which gets about 5-6 hours and maybe another hour of broken sunlight, so I'm making the best of it. So, walking towards my backyard, and this is one of the areas that I thought I was going to do all my gardening back here, but I've got a problem. Right there is the pop-up valve and the clean-out drain for the septic tank, which is right here, and it leaches all the way back here into this area. So I kind of knew that going in. I knew I had a septic tank, but I wasn't sure about gardening back here. Here I get nothing but sunlight, which would be a great thing for me to use back here, all the space that I've never had. But unfortunately, I think mostly that I'm going to have to do is plant up here in the berm here some fruit trees like peach tree. They do really great here in Georgia. Got lots of deer, lots of wildlife, hawks, coyotes, wild turkeys, you name it, it's in my backyard. So I've got some challenges there. But anybody that lives in the South knows about crepe myrtles, and this is going to be on a future episode, that you got to prune it back every like the first week of spring. And the best part about it is you get all this great wood. And I saw this on another YouTube channel that I'm gonna concoct. I'm not quite sure, but I'm gonna use this, whether I leave it like this as a TP and tie strings around it and loop it all the way around for some string beans, or do it like a clothesline and wrap it back and forth. Still haven't figured that part out yet, but I've got all this wood that I can make lots of vines on for growing my string beans or anything else I decide to grow. Back here, there's nothing but woods back this way. There's a creek in the back, but this is evening primrose. I bought it because I absolutely love the flower. In a couple of years, this whole back berm here will be covered in evening primrose. And I've got another plant here and another plant here. And then my wife, we just had our 20th wedding anniversary, bought me this. It's called Sugar Magnolia, like the Grateful Dead sang. And I planted that about 2 weeks ago. I think it's gonna make it, but it's a really great spot for it to grow. There was a tree here. You can see this divot. From what I can gather, there was a huge tree here that fell before we bought the place. So hopefully this will grow in its stead, and we'll have a nice 40-foot sugar magnolia tree. This is the back of my property. Again, great space to grow, but I'd like to hear you guys' take on gardening and the challenges you have with a septic tank. Because where I'm standing is where it leaches out. And it heads out over this way towards the back of the property. So comment, let me know. Right now I think I'm going to stay away until I can figure out how to work around this. Thanks everybody.